Humiliation.
Hi guys, are your dashboard lights really dark and dim and it's hard for you to see what you're looking at night time? Well, I'm going to show you how. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to replace your dashboard lights in your dashboard with LEDs, and these are the tools that we're going to use to do the job. We're going to be using a small Phillips head and a large Phillips head screwdriver, and also your LED globes. I decided to choose the Maneouver LED globes for this job. I've got 6 globes because I know that's how many globes I've got in my dashboard. All up they cost me $50. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so in the Nissan Terrano it's very basic. First thing we need to do is we're going to lower the steering column. Just pull the lever down, because I worked out before it's absolutely impossible to get this panel off without it hitting this part here. So you've got to lower the steering wheel. Okay, and the next thing we're going to look at is undoing the screws and taking this top cover off here. And underneath we've got, let's have a look. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, there's another one over there, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws to remove. So go ahead and undo those ones now. Okay, so now that you've got all the screws undone, you can take this part off. Mine's got an immobiliser on it, so it's got a wire attaching to it. You can just sort of slide it down like that. That exposes the steering column. Okay, now the next step is we're going to be undoing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. You've got one here, another one in here, and another one here. That's 3 on the top. And then down here you've got one there, and on the other side you've got one there. So go ahead and undo those ones now. If you've never taken your dash off before, they'll probably be very tight to take off, but don't worry, once they start turning you'll be able to get them off. And just a little note, when you're taking out these screws, find a little hole to put them in. It'll make putting them back a lot easier. So those ones are for my steering column, and these ones are for my dash. Okay, so now we've got all our screws off. Now I'll show you how this comes apart. It's really quite simple. Okay, so you grab it both sides and you pull down and it will pop out. Alright, and then you just pull it forward a bit, pull down a bit on this side, this side's catching a bit. Okay, it's popped out, and the bottom, you just have to pull it fairly hard and it will come off. Just pull like that. There we go, there's one out. And the other side's out now. And now we can pull this forward. The next part. Okay, so we've got the dash fascia off. Don't pull it right off, because you can see that there's some connectors in here. We don't want to remove the whole thing, because you've got some buttons here that are connected at the back. We don't want to be removing all those, because it'll make putting it back in very difficult. So all we're going to be doing is removing this blue plug, which is, I've found, is quite easy to do. So go ahead and do that right now. There we go. You just squeeze these little connectors and it just pops off. Okay, our next step is to take off 4 screws that are holding the actual tacho on. So you've got one here, at the top here, got one there, so that's two. Three. And down the bottom here. Down the bottom here, so that's four. So go ahead and take those four screws off, holding on the actual speedo. Okay, now we've got all our screws off, now it's time to take out the actual speedometer. Just remember to lift it straight forward, because there is a speedometer cable behind which isn't attached in this actual model, which makes assembly really easy to do. So just lift it straight forward, and again we're not removing the entire thing, we're just lifting it forward so we can put some globes in. Turn it slightly without damaging it. Okay, now we've got it over. Woohoo! We're doing well. Okay, here's the back of it. As you can see, it's fairly simple. We've just got all the globes here. These ones we're not replacing, they're okay. This one we're going to be replacing this one. That's a speedo cable. That's a turn signal. That's a turn signal. Another one for the dial, another one for the dial, and one over here for the tacho. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 globes. So we'll undo those. Really easy. Just turn, and then you can remove it. So that globe there looks pretty nasty, so we'll replace that one. There we go, I've just put a new one in. Doesn't really matter which way you put it in because they've got reverse polarity. Alright, so we'll put that little baby in there. There we go. Alright, and we'll just see the rest of them. Okay, once you've got all the LEDs in, you can check by turning it onto Parker's. Squeeze underneath there. Okay, they're actually working. I'll do the indicator for you if it works. There you go. Okay. Got both of them working. There we go. It was just because the I needed to turn it around the other way. That's why it wasn't working properly. Okay, so what I've done here is I've put a blanket on the windscreen just to show you that they're all plugged in correctly. There you go, you can see that light coming through. So we've got power in that one, we've got power at that one at the back. I'll just do that again so you can see that. It's a bit blurry. There you go. That one's got power. And that one's got power as well. Okay, so they're all connected. If they're in the wrong way, like if they're not lighting up, just turn the bulb around in the holder. That usually works and it'll solve the problem. Just a quick word while you're reinstalling. Remember, put in your blue plug again, because otherwise you're not going to have gauges that work. Okay, so just keep putting everything back together. When you're reinstalling this cover, just snap in these two bits on the corners first, and then in the top just push that in. How easy is that? Now just put all your bolts in, cover back on, and we're almost done. There you go, everything's back in the way it should be. And just have a look at these globes. Ugh, absolutely disgusting. Look how black they are. That was even after cleaning them. And these two here, they're the indicators. They were the only clean ones out of the whole lot. So I think I'm definitely going to have a bright dashboard tonight. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay guys, well it's the moment of truth. Let's have a look. Okay, well it's very blue. And I've got a lot of light coming through on that section there. Apart from that, everything else works. All my lights work, which is great. yeah, that's very blue, and the reason for it being blue is because there's blue filters behind the actual globes. So I guess the only way to solve that is to take the dashboard apart again and take out those filters behind the globes, so then it'll be a lot brighter. Oh well, it was worth a go. Just something to bear in mind if you're doing this yourself. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.